Hey everybody, so it's your girl Mercedes, aka the Melanated Mompreneur, bringing you another video on about my pregnancy journey. But today I'm going to talk about my second trimester. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and click the bell so you can be notified every time I do a new video. And then go back and watch the two previous videos in this series just to give background, so that you can get all caught up. And to everyone who has already subscribed to my channel, thank you very much. Your support is much appreciated. Okay, without further ado, let's get into the juice. So in my second trimester, everything was amazing. When I tell y'all I had energy, I felt like I was on cloud nine. The nausea had gone away, the fatigue had cleared up. I mean, I was just able to move around and do my routine like normal. Sometimes I even forgot I was pregnant until I accidentally bumped my belly into something. But it was just that good. So the only thing I can say I experienced symptom wise was some round ligament pain. And the round ligament, if you don't know, holds the uterus and the pelvis. But as it grows during pregnancy, that ligament has to stretch, and it feels like something is stretching. It's very painful. It feels like something is pulling in your groin area. But nothing that a little Tylenol couldn't fix. And then sometimes I had some mild headaches, but that was about it. So the biggest thing that happened during my second trimester was quarantine and self-isolation and being in a freaking pandemic. So that really changed a lot for me because I wanted to keep myself safe and my unborn baby safe. So I did just stop hanging out with friends and just stayed home and went to work. That's what I did. And it was pretty boring and sometimes frustrating, but I was thinking about, the greater picture for me and the baby. So one thing that really the pandemic affected for me was work and business. I can say that starting a business, on your own is hard, but starting a business um, right before going into an economic downturn due to a pandemic is even harder. So the biggest thing is that people stopped coming to the doctor. They were afraid. They didn't want to get COVID. They didn't want to get exposed. They didn't want to be in waiting rooms. And so it was a time of frustration for the medical community. On one side, you had the hospitals overflowing, and they are generally understaffed anyway. And then on the outside in the clinic, you had people just dropping off like flies. Um, and so, for established businesses, maybe who had established cash flow, they could lean back on that. But for a new business like mine, we were trying to build those things. We had just used debt to open the business. So now we're looking for our revenue to kind of start building up as we pay down some of that debt. But it really just came to a really hard stop with the pandemic. So one of the things that I did was transition to telemedicine. And that helped because it gave people a sense of safety and they could still get their medical needs addressed. However, there was still this fear of telemedicine. So trying to overcome that in a lot of patients was hard. So I won't ramble anymore about that. Basically, COVID affected my pockets, but it did not, and it affected my pregnancy, But in the end, I'm okay. The business is going to be okay, and the baby is definitely doing well. So that was pretty much my second trimester, trying to navigate all of the changes that came with being in a pandemic. Now, the next thing that I really did in my second trimester was buy maternity clothes. So, I mean, I enjoy shopping just like the next person, but because of the pandemic, we weren't really able to go to a lot of stores. And so, some of the stores that I really, really liked and really wanted to go to, I wasn't able to because they were either closed. Oh, yeah, at one point, stores were not considered essential, so they were closed. And the only places you could go was online, Target, and Walmart. So I wasn't going to buy clothes online because you can't really look at them and try them on. So although I do buy some things online, I didn't want to buy like a whole wardrobe online. So what I did was went to Target, and although I couldn't try on the clothes, I could look at them, hold them up to my body in a mirror, and just get a sense of what they would look like on my growing belly. And that's what I did. I made about 2 or 3 trips to Target and just bought cute maternity outfits, pants, tops, nursing bras, because as you know, during your second trimester, your breasts do start to enlarge, and trying to wear your non-pregnant bras is going to get more difficult. So I suggest going ahead and buying nursing bras to make it easier for yourself. Now, the downfall of that is in the third trimester and after delivery, your breasts grow even more. So I don't know if you should buy a few different sizes so that you don't have to keep going back to the store as your breasts change. But I bought dresses. I bought some cute bags. So I just kind of did it up at Target, and they had a cute maternity section, and it lasted me all throughout. And you want to have quality clothes because after delivery you're going to need to continue to wear those clothes because your belly doesn't go right back down, and then you want to be in loose comfortable clothes. You don't want to try to start wearing your pre-pregnancy clothes again. And then the other thing that I did was build my registry. So I think I'm going to do a whole separate video on building a registry because it was nerve-wracking at first, and I was calling people to try to help me. So a lot of people helped me get started, and then I started watching YouTube videos, and I'll post when I do that video. I'll talk about some of the YouTubers that I watched, and I'll talk about the things that I feel are must-haves in your baby registry. But I think the second trimester is the perfect time to build that because you're no longer dealing with, or hopefully no longer dealing with, nausea, fatigue, and you can think straight enough to build a registry because pregnancy brain is real, y'all. All right. And then lastly, during the second trimester, I didn't do this because I was procrastinating, but it ended up, I really should have done this, which is go ahead and start planning and packing your hospital bag. Because although you never want to have complications or have a preterm delivery, you actually don't know how your pregnancy is going to go, and you want to be prepared. So I'll do another video talking about, hospital bag essentials, but essentially you want to pack for 3 to 4 days, depending on whether you have a vaginal delivery or a C-section. And I recommend that everyone plan for a C-section because although your doctor may be predicting a vaginal delivery, again, it's so unpredictable with pregnancy, with delivery. You just don't know how these things are going to go. So that was pretty much my second trimester. More energy, life in a pandemic, building my registry, and then thinking about making my hospital bag, and then of course maternity clothes shopping. So tell me what you think about this video. I hope you like it. Give me a thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed, hit that button and that bell, and then I'll see you in the next video. Bye.